you actually stopped by. Thank you so much. If this is your first time, you're welcome. My name is Sherma, and on today's video, I am going to review how I did on this investment journey for the past year. So if you're interested, especially all of you that started from the beginning of the journey till now, and also those of you that joined along the way, please stick around. I'll be right back. Hi everyone, welcome back. I know it's been a while since I've shown my face. Not that I was trying to hide from anyone, but I'm not someone that likes to get dressed up and dollsed up for the camera, so it made it easy for me to just do the videos without showing my face. But I'm not avoiding anyone, so I do appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by on my channel. So again, my name is Sherma. On this channel, I focus on investing, especially in the stock market, and with a special emphasis on investing in dividend-paying stocks. I want to be able to gain income on a regular basis from my investments without having to do anything too extra other than just investing, doing some research on different stocks, and reaping the benefits of the investments. So for those of you that is joining me for the first time, I decided to use Wealthsimple, which is a Canadian platform. In case you don't know, I live in Canada, and I chose to invest in Canadian securities, Canadian stocks. In January of 2021, I decided to start investing. Now, many years ago, some years ago, I was an employee of Royal Bank, and I used to invest in Royal Bank as part of the employer profit sharing package that was available to employees. I invested a certain portion of every paycheck into my investment, and the bank matched it. So I did that, but after working with Royal Bank for about 5 years or so, I left. I went back to school, and I changed fields altogether. I studied, I became a part of the audiology field. So I went in the healthcare field, working with the hearing impaired. So that's what I do. That's what I did. I haven't gone back to work yet since this whole episode. So yes, I started working with predominantly the elderly. So I'm testing people's hearing, fitting and programming hearing aids, repair, the whole shebang. So that's the field I moved into. However, after leaving Royal Bank, I actually sold my shares. So imagine, back then, one Royal Bank share would have been about $40-something. So imagine if I kept them till now, what kind of profit I would have. But at the time, I wasn't really educated in investing in the stock market. I'm sure it's not unique to me. A lot of times you'll get frightened by people saying, oh, if you invest in the stock market, it always sinks, it always tanks, and then you lose all your money, instead of really informing and educating individuals that even within the stock market, you can diversify, so you're not just focused in on just one area. For example, individual stocks, you could also invest in ETFs. All right, so there's a wide range, and even within the individual stocks, you can invest in different industries, whether it's financials or utilities. There's different areas you could really focus on. So to go back to what I started with, in January of 2021, I decided to start investing. Now, I think I came across a video or two of individuals that had used Wealthsimple on YouTube, so that really triggered my curiosity, and that's why I decided to start investing. I said, you know what? I think this is a very good idea. So I did some research. I researched Wealthsimple, zero commission fee once you're investing in Canadian stocks. So I said, you know what? This is a good way to start. So again, I didn't really have any experience, so I decided to just do some brief research. I wrote down all the different kind of Canadian companies that I could think of in different fields. I had a long list of sheets and I tried to diversify as much as possible. Okay, and I have to admit that the YouTubers that I watched really gave me a nice start of what areas I can think of when investing. So I decided to choose a number of stocks, but what I did was I chose about 3 or 4 ETFs. I used some individual Canadian dividend paying stocks, and I also used some growth stocks, or some penny stocks as some people would call them. And that was how I started. I'm gonna, if you see me looking down every now and then, it's because I have a sheet of paper, just so that I can cover as many points as I need to or would like to. And that's how I really started. So I invested in some covered call, BMO covered call ETFs, and I did, and again, they're fairly diversified. So I have exposure to some of the banks, Canadian banks, which was great. Utilities, some healthcare exposure. And so that's what I did with ETFs. And then I chose I started off with Algonquin and TELUS. Those were the 2 ETFs. And then I did some penny stocks, about 3 or 4. And then as the year progressed, I continued to do some research, and then I added a few others. I added Manulife, I added Power Corp, which is owner of Wealthsimple. So I added them, and TransAlta, which is another utilities renewable stock. And I added some REITs. I added 2 REITs. I added RioCan, and I added, I can't remember the name of the other one, but it's 2 REITs that I chose. So with that, I'm fairly, I'd say, diversified. And I have exposure to as many different industries and fields as possible. So the things I learned, it's a good idea to really research, absolutely. Try to look at the balance sheets of the companies, see what the different quarterly results look like, what their debt looks like. Those are some of the things I looked at. Again, diversifying my portfolio, very, very important. So that if one sector tends to go down, then you have other sectors, investments in other fields that may be steady and doing okay or well, making some great progress. So I found that was very helpful. And also the investing in ETFs. I found that was very helpful. Again, it gives me a wide range of diversification. That really helped me. And I know some people may not like the idea of investing in typical growth stocks, but for me, because I think I have a really thick skin, and I should say before I go any further, how is everyone doing? Our portfolios have not been doing too well for the past couple of weeks, I have to say, especially the beginning of the year, the tail end of last year and this year. We've had some serious volatility. And with that, I have very thick skin. With all the volatility, it hasn't fazed me. I'm not worried. I'm not panicked. And I've always been like that. So I did invest in a few penny stocks that are not doing very well. What I might do a bit, or what I might do a bit differently going forward, I'd look at how they're doing. I do have a few penny stocks that are in the same field. Let's say telehealth. I have two telehealth penny stocks. I might look into um, getting out of one and just focusing on one. Right? And that's something I think I'm going to be doing for this year. But I'm not panicked, even though the penny stocks have not been doing too well. They've taken a serious hit. So, but again, I'm in this for the long haul, so I'm not panicked at all. I see it as a purchasing opportunity to dollar cost average in and to lower my overall cost of each position that I'm in. So that's what I'm taking advantage of. So, but what I've done recently, I'm trying not to put too much money right now, even though I am dripping in my investments, because I want to see how far this reduction in prices is going to continue on for. So, but I have continued to invest a bit, but not as much as I did in the beginning to mid of last year. There we go. And so that's what I would do a bit different. Also, I shouldn't say do different. It was been a learning experience, so I don't think I would change anything I've done. But going forward, that is going to be my goal. Looking at rejigging my portfolio wherever it needs to be rejigged. As I said, some of the penny stocks that are already focused in the same field, I'm going to get rid of one and really focus in on the other. So I try to minimize my exposure to growth stocks, penny stocks I should say. But other than that, I am very happy with my portfolio. The aim was to get to $10,000 by the end of the year, which would have been mid-January of this year, second or third week of this January. Made it a year. So I did invest about $10,000. I'd say it's closer to about $11,000 that I invested in my portfolio for the entire year. However, my portfolio is about 9,000 plus, of course, because of the dips that we've recently really experienced, and I think all of us are hit. But I think for the individuals that have been investing for a while now, it's not as bad for them. They may be doing a lot better than those of us that have just started. So, but I pray that everyone is holding on. Don't panic. It's not. I don't think I would advise anyone to just go selling because you've taken a big hit in a position right now and sell at a loss. I would say try and wait till things balance out. Of course, we don't know when that's going to happen, but I would advise that everyone try to remain calm. I'm sure most of us are investing for the long haul, so we didn't really expect to get tons of profit from day one. So just hold on. Try not to look at your portfolios every single minute of the day or too often throughout the day. I think that would make us a lot more nervous if we're continually looking at our portfolios all the time. So I don't. All right, but again, I have a thick skin, so things don't faze me that easily. So I'm doing quite well right now. So that's pretty much what I want to say for my journey so far. For this year, I'm going to continue investing. Again, rejigging my portfolio, try to get my positions to be within the 10% to 12% range of my portfolio weight, each industry sector that I'm invested in. That's my goal, to try to get them between 10 to 12%. And of course, my ETFs are going to be have a larger weight in my portfolio because of course I have about 3 or 4 ETFs. And so I'm happy with that amount of ETFs. I don't think I'm going to add anything else. If I do get out of any growth stocks, then I'm going to replace it with a dividend paying stock. So I'll be doing some research to see which ones I can be replacing with what and in what position and what sector. I'm definitely going to be looking at that. So that's my goal for this year. I'm going to just continue to be as steady as possible and consistent. Consistency is key. Now, by the end of this year, which again was January, mid-January, I started receiving, so for the month of December, I should say, I received dividend payout of about $45, which was pretty good. So again, I'm going to aim at increasing the amount of dividend payouts I'm getting per month. And as that grows, you would see how beneficial this journey is really panning out to be. So for those of you that are thinking of starting your financial investment journey, I would suggest that you start doing some research. It's never too late. It's never too late to start. So I would advise, if you can start out small. You don't have to start big. You can just start off with $100 a month. And you just watch how things progress. That's what I did. I started with $100 and I have almost 10,000. Well, I've invested 10,000 plus already for the year. So I'm very happy with my growth so far, even with the volatility in the market. As I said, all that is part of the journey. We could never expect everything to go up in a straight line and never have dips along the way. So be realistic. Be realistic with your journey. And then I think once we're realistic, we will be able to handle all the ups and downs. Okay? So thank you so much. I would advise everyone to please leave a message. Let me know how you did for the past year. Any pointers that you have for me would be greatly appreciated. So just add that down below. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everyone who subscribed throughout the year, and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be alerted every time I upload a new video. Okay? So thank you again, once again. I hope everyone has a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.